We'll give everyone about a couple minutes and then we'll get started.
Sounds good.
Awesome. All right, let's get this rocking and rolling. Sweet. So, hey everyone, we have had a lot of people tell us that they've been needing help with the back end of Kvcore, either squeeze pages, lead gen, drip campaigns, and a whole lot more. So I wanted to bring a true expert on, and Adam Frank, and he's done over 200 setups with people and consulted over 1,000 agents on how to use marketing with Kvcore this year alone, which is insane to me. But so if you have a notepad, I'd recommend taking notes because he's about to throw down pretty much all the ins and outs of Kvcore and what he's seen so far. So Adam, go ahead, man.
That's all me?
Yes, sir.
All right. So let me try and do a screen share here so you can see what's going on. Let's see here. Minimize my, there we go. Okay, so I'm in the back end of Kvcore. Kind of going through a transition period in my business where I started kind of doing residential just like most people do, and I'm actually looking to move over into doing some commercial stuff. So a lot of the things on my site are going to be kind of geared towards that, this kind of stuff here. I'm changing some pictures out, so it's still a work in progress. But I basically moved my database to a different system for residential, and this is going to be commercial stuff. The things I want to cover today to help out is basically the two top landing pages and how to create them, the different nuances of doing so, and where to use them, and the differences of the 4 squeeze pages and where to use them. Again, the nuances, the details, and then I want to dive into the smart campaigns. But more specific, not so much the default ones. That's good if you don't have time to worry about that. You just need your system to be engaging leads. Turn on the default ones, learn how to make custom ones, and replace them as needed. I'm going to give you some tips. I posted in a few different groups some tips, so I'm going to kind of go through those in a little more detail in the conversation. Please apologize any coughing I have going on. There's a little bit of a cold that's fighting me right now, so on the tail end of that. But the landing pages and squeeze your lead generation tools in Kvcore are located in the lead engine. And on the black strip here is your menu. Click on lead engine here, and this is the page you're going to show up. It might vary a little bit. I got like a 13-inch screen, so if you got a bigger screen, it might be slightly different. But I'm going to cover the landing page first, and you have to select your domain. And the reason for this is the way Kvcore works is comes down from the broker level to a team level to an agent level. And if you're on a team or you're the main broker, you're going to have everybody's account under you is going to be a domain. So that's why if you're ever curious about why do I have to select my own domain if it's my own thing, that's why. It's just easier for the coding stuff. So anytime you build this stuff, just select your domain. You get used to it after a while. So this is the landing page creator, and if you'll notice, it pops open in a new tab. I've got some setup stuff here to kind of speed things up, but this is the standard lead generation landing page, and this is good for this is one of my favorites. The other one is going to be the lead with the video in there, which is going to be this here. Hopefully it doesn't play because it's loud. but it's the same one as a lead generation one, except for it has video that you can embed from YouTube, and I'll show you how to set that up. But some of the options here, so you can hashtag this, which is nice because if you want to have, let's say you're running a specific campaign for, some new development, some new subdivision, they have community parties and all that stuff they're going to be planning, and you have a custom smart campaign designed for that, and those leads to follow up and entice them, like, hey, you really want to move in this neighborhood, this is kind of cool or whatever, they want more information about that. You can hashtag this landing page, and the leads that are coming into your CRM from the lead capture function of this landing page are going to automatically be started on that smart campaign. And it's also good to tag them just to organize things. The submit button text is going to be this call to action button down here. So the standard, see the list now. You can put this in here, whatever you want to do. Put your text in there and click outside the box, and then it'll change it to whatever you want to do. This URL after login, basically it's a link after login. This is one of the funnest things about this page, because you can make this as just something like this. Hey, just sign up for this, sign up for a newsletter, things like that. You can. I had one where it was let me go in here and turn this back on real quick. I turn a lot of the custom pages off, but you can have it where I think I have it in here. You can have it where you can have like a buyer's guide, and I think that's, yeah. You have a buyer's guide linked, so people can register for a buyer's guide, and they'll basically put their contact information in there. When they click the link, it will be okay, good. Should be all right then. When they click the link, they'll be taken to your buyer's guide page. We're running a little slow here, but might not take. Did I get these set up here? But when you go to, actually no, I think I got a landing page set up for this already. Hang on. Marketing. Come on, buddy. Buyer's guide. So like this here. So we got some free home buyer's guide. I got some information about what it contains. And when they put in their email, optional cell phone, and they can click here to download. So I'm just going to throw in one of my junk email address accounts. And when they click on this, it takes a while for them to capture the lead and transfer a little bit. So, but they come here, and then this is linked directly for my Google Drive. And this is a state realtor association has a first-time home buyer guide, and that's what I link to. So they have all the information here. I capture the lead in my CRM, and it comes in as a buyer new lead if I had my campaign turned on. I think it's already in here as an archive lead. That's why it won't show up in the CRM. But lead comes in and kicks them off on a first-time homebuyer campaign, and to go from there. So that lead generation one, that's the power here of this URL after login, is after you capture the lead information, the contact information, and they click on this call to action button, you can direct them to whatever you want. So if you want to make a list of, like this here, okay, you want to make a list of general properties or reduced properties, things like that, you can actually make this link here a squeeze page. And we'll go over that too. I'm not a big fan. You'll find I'm not a big fan of standalone squeeze pages. I think that we can do better as agents and offer content rather than just, hey, here's a list of houses. Anybody can go to Realtor or Trulia, correct. I mean, property information is all over the place. We need to be focusing on content and conversations. So with that, that's a tactic to basically give hey, here's some information. That's really the difference between the landing page and the squeeze page. Squeeze page is, hey, here's a list of homes. Landing page is about, you need to, here's some information for you. Now to edit these, single click, and then you can delete and backspace and change these all out. Do whatever you need to do. If you double click, it will remove. And if you made a mistake, like let's say you wanted to have, you're trying to change this out here, but you double clicked it and it went away. Okay, crap. Just refresh the screen. But that is going to refresh everything up here. You can see this went all back to normal, but at least you won't have to go back and go back on the lead engine and pop open a new thing. Just refresh it. It'll come back and just redo everything. Requiring the phone. So Kvcore will state that they see in their testing from whatever method, however long ago, they've seen a 30% reduction in registrations from phone number mandate. Test this out at least on your site. Certain things that I do, like I have one, so I made this landing page here with the video. This is my listing process landing page. So this one here, because I'm going to call the, I'm going to call the lead, the seller lead, I mandated the phone number. It doesn't, you can see it doesn't say optional after that. It's just, hey, put your number in here. And what this process is I basically have the steps needed. I have a little introduction here. That's one of my earliest videos, so it's really cheesy. But basically, they put their email in there, they put their phone number in there. When they click this button, they get taken over to my Calendly link, and they set up their own. They pick the time of when they want to meet with me. So this is completely automated and hands off. Okay, that's one of the things we can do with the landing page. So for most part, you got to remember that we are strangers to them, and we're just somebody on the internet that wants to, get their contact information, and they're not going to give up something as intimate as a cell phone number that quickly. So because they don't know you, they don't like you, you're just a link on the internet, and people love their privacy. I do as well. So be very careful with the cell phone mandate or phone number mandate in general. I personally do it on anything to do with sellers, because like they have what everybody wants. They have the real estate. They control the inventory. So I want to get their phone number so I can have a conversation with them. Sellers are more apt for a phone call than buyers are, from what I found. So I'm more apt to do that with seller leads than buyer leads. And then once you're done, you can say, background photos. So the lady is the first one here. They have a few stock ones in here, which they're not bad. You can choose a custom background one here. So you have to use an image that's hosted somewhere online. Google Drive is the best one for it, I think. You can, Photo Bucket, Flickr, whatever's still, was it Google Picasso or whatever they have, if it's still around, whatever image URL, you just put that in there, it'll swap it out. You can also use, if you're doing this for a specific property, which I'll go into in the next one I'm going to show you, you just put in the MLS ID number, and it'll take that main photo and put it in the background, which is really great. I actually have an example from that, from an agent in Wisconsin here. So the video and lead is really nice. I hate when that starts automatically because it's really loud. But it's basically the same thing as the lead generation landing page. It just has a video embedded in it. This is the default one here. And everything else is pretty much the same. So the only difference here is this one up here, the YouTube ID. Now I just grabbed this one here. So what they're talking about with the YouTube ID, you have the entire URL here. What they're looking for is this right here. The V equals that's like a video ID. Anything after that equal sign is what we're looking for. So if we take that and we copy this, bring it back over here, paste that into the YouTube ID section, click outside the black box, there's the video right there. It's not the inside real estate one. Okay, it's that simple. So where I would suggest using this, and every single time, I want to make this very clear, every single, like if you guys aren't doing this, you guys are missing leads. Every single listing that you have, I want you to make a single property squeeze page with no registration and come here with this video, video plus lead generation landing page. And you're going to put a listing video in here from YouTube, give a little bit of information about this, and this is where you're going to post. Okay. Now, the reason for, I know a lot of people, they probably scratching their head about, well, okay, what are you doing with the no registration squeeze page? Well, the registration happens on the landing page here, and when they click the orange button, they're going to be taken to your squeeze page link, which is going to be right up here. So if they're registering on the landing page, they don't need to register on the squeeze page that you're giving them, because you already have their information, and you're just going to annoy people if you ask for it twice. Okay, it's not going to come off as professional. They want something seamless. So this example here that I'm going to show you is a good example. I would do things a little bit different because I like a little bit of mystery with my landing pages, and this is not to pick on this agent. She is awesome. Let me see if that, okay. So this is her landing page for a listing. So it gives the area, gives the address, price, a little bit of information about the property, and then there's this video. I'm going to see if I can mute this and stuff here. And this is just a nice drone video of the area surrounding property. You kind of get the gist of it. Got some detail stuff here, okay? And then she's got the email set up here, and the phone is mandated. And then this is going to the actual listing on her Kvcore. So the things that I would do here differently is I would not put the address, and I would not put the price or very much detail in here. So what I would put is I would leave 2 spots here. I like the description up here. I would maybe move, motivated sellers anxious for a deal here. I would list something, okay, like right here, 3.2 ranch on 1.27 acres with water access underneath it. And then over on this side, I would say, put ad copies such as enter your contact information below and click the orange button for an exclusive inside look at the house. Okay. And then, so deleting these 2 here, that way when people register, they click on the listing, they're going to go to her, listing on Kvcore, and they're going to see all the pictures, all the property information, all that kind of stuff. Now, where I like to have this is take a 15 or 20 second long video, and then that's the edited version. Anything more than 20 seconds, you're going to lose people. But when you have a listing, you want to take a quick video of the approach. Have a team member or family member stand behind the front door and pop the door open automatically. So they don't want to see the person, but just follow the camera. So you want to get about 2.5 seconds of this. Just walk up to the front door, and you want to take a shot of so you got 2.5 seconds, basically 15-second video. You got 2.5 seconds of the approach, and you've got 2.5 seconds of a standalone card at the end of it with your contact information, okay? So you've got a 10-second window of 3 different rooms. So you got 2.5 seconds of the approach. You've got 10 seconds to come in the entrance. You're looking at the kitchen, you're looking at the dining area, you're looking at the living room, cut out, show your contact card, and then your ad copy on here is you're just describing it. Wisconsin Dells property, motivated seller. Here you've got your 3.2 3-stall garage. Enter the information below for an exclusive look at, wait to see more kind of thing. And you've got your little teaser video here, and those are the things that really attract people, especially the kitchen, the bathroom. So especially if they have listings that have updated bathrooms, use that to your advantage. Or updated kitchen. Do the opposite. So instead of doing the kitchen, maybe do the entrance, living room, dining room, a glimpse of the kitchen, not just in the corner, and then go down the hallway to a renovated bathroom, and put your ad copy something like, you know, love the bathroom, you won't be able to see, you know, you won't be able to believe what they did to the kitchen. Okay. And then they won't be able to see the kitchen stuff until they register. So what you're trying to do is give them the you know, fear of missing out complex, the you know, that kind of psychology, to get them to give up their information, especially their cell phone, and then see the listing, even though they can just look up the ad. So that's why I don't recommend putting the address in here and the price. Let them figure that out. You know, let them fall in love with what they're seeing, and then they will want to go see the rest of the details. So that's how to make those. And again, ad copy, you know, keep it pretty simple, and keep it to entice. You know, describe things that are not shown in this video so that it compels them to see more. And if you've got a good 10-second spot of, you know, 2 or 3 different rooms that are really good in the house, and you have good ad copy up here, you're going to get a lot of conversions on this landing page for registration. When you're all done with it, just click save. If you get this warning that pops up, basically saying, hey, once you leave this page, like, you can't make any changes. If you need to make changes, hit cancel. If you're good to go, click OK. We're going to click OK, and this black bar here is going to disappear. Now, this right here. This is the link. This is the link that's going to be for this page. I suggest using a spreadsheet or a Google document or something to keep a list of all your landing page links and your squeeze page links. I have, you saw up here in my branding and marketing, I have a little landing page thing. I got all different landing pages that I made. So that's one way to do it, is just, you know, come here, click on bookmark, add them in there to whatever you need to, and they're in your appropriate folder, and just save them there. That way they're always there, labeled appropriately. Does anybody have any questions on those two? I know I kind of went through a lot of stuff. What? Oh, shoot. Oh my God. Well, that was interesting. Where did I leave off on that?
You asked if anyone had any questions and then bounced right out.
Okay, yeah, man. I was like, oh my goodness, hopefully they didn't lose all. Yeah, I have no idea. I was looking up, and I looked down at my toolbar on the computer here, and it was like the Zoom was away, and I was like, oh my God, what just happened?
Yeah, no worries, man.
All right, good. So let me get back to that. And all right, let's see here. All right, so did anybody have any questions on that then? I know it's kind of a bunch of information. All right, nothing. So we'll go over to the.
There were a few questions in the chat. If you want to click on that little chat icon in the bottom.
Yeah, the chat icon on the bottom has a few questions.
Yeah, let me see. Oh, I got my. Come on, buddy. Wait, oh, okay. So all I see are the lead gen and video, the only options that you like. Yeah, some of these other ones are, I'm trying to get this, mini controls, trying to get this control up here. There we go, back up there. Yeah, the lead gen and the video and the lead gen with video ones are by far my favorites. They have other ones in here, like where's my, let's see here, that and that. They have other ones like the video view. So this is just this is very similar, but there's no registration with it. So you're just sharing a video, taking them to a link. So if you want to do like a squeeze page that has registration on the squeeze page, you can use this here. But I'd rather just get them to register right up front, because they can see your listing, click here, go to your squeeze page, get the information they want, and you don't know who came there. There's other ones like this content hijack. So this is one where you basically have two separate links. So the one that you want them to go to, the one that they might want to go to, and they click here, they go to one link, they click down here, they go to another. Sometimes that's okay. I haven't really messed around with that a whole lot, but you know, some people use that. The other ones, there's like a Facebook chat one where they just chat with you. It's not really a big fan of that. The text lead is, you know, text code. So don't do this. Don't ever use this unless you're paying for your own smart number, because if they see that text code, they're going to know it's a phone. And what if they call this number? They're not in your CRM already. That's going to get routed through the round robin process, and your lead just went to another agent. So don't use anything like this unless you are paying for your own smart number, and the current price is $27 a month. Let's see here. Reading through. Okay, can you brand with a logo, photo and logo? So the logo that's EXP, I'm told cannot be changed. I wish we could do that, but that EXP logo is going to stay there. Link is selected. Where does the info come from? So you can put the link to wherever. I mean, you can make them go to google.com afterwards if you want to. It's whatever link that you choose from. So the info from the link is whatever the link is from. So if you want to bring them to your homepage, if you want to send them to Target.com or Walmart, that's where that comes from. If you're talking about like a squeeze page information, we're going to cover that next, and I'll show you how to do that, and it'll kind of all make sense. Let's see here. Document you can share in files with a step-by-step flow. Yeah, I can write that up and put that in the files in the group for everybody. If you have this, where's it one here? Kvcore automatically sends them the weekly hot sheets and updates. No, you have to create that. This is just basic ad copy. This is default ad copy. So if you want them to sign up for a newsletter, you better have a campaign or a newsletter or something in place already in order to follow up with that to reach out to them. So this is just standard ad copy to give you some detail as far as like where to put what and what to say, and then you just change it from there. So that's answer Lee's. Let's see here. Next one, Wisconsin Dells ad was a landing. Yes, that was a landing page with a squeeze page. So when you put your information, I didn't want to put my information in her CRM and stuff to bug her. But if I were to register for that and clicked on that orange button, it would go to a single property listing for her listing on her Kvcore website. Any more logos or images? So yeah, so you can add images using with this background here, and you click on the custom background and enter the link for your background photo, and you can put that and it'll swap it out in the back. Some people, like if you want to have, so you'll have the EXP logo here. If you have like a team logo or something personal on there, you can put that logo on your photo, then host it online on, say, Google Drive, and then use that photo with your team logo over here, and then that's kind of a workaround way to get your logo, your secondary logo on the on the photo there. Change the stock photos, Kvcore, for homes, land, condo. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you're talking about on the front page, like here. I'm thinking. Yeah, that's possible. I took that default one off of mine, but I have it. I have it on pretty easily. You can swap those photos out. Driving people to choose betas. So I don't personally run ads for my stuff. I set these up, and I'm doing when I was using these, I do just social media posts, LinkedIn, Facebook, things like that. Let's see, sources to place a custom photo or background. So you can go to Unsplash, which is really fun. So this is free, royalty free photos. Come in here, you got all sorts of stuff. You don't have to give credit, just grab a photo and use it. So you can probably link directly to this, but what I would do is I would just download this and then host it on whatever, on like Google Drive is a good one, and just have all your real estate photos in a folder, and then grab the link from Google Drive and use that for the URL in this here for the custom background. Let's see here. I know there's a few other ones. I know Unsplash is the one that I use all the time. I know there's a few here. So it'll be blacked out. All the photos are faded to black. Not sure I'm understanding what that was. So it'll be all blacked out, or all the photos faded to black. Yeah, I'm not sure what that one is there. Yeah, change the stock photos. See, stock photos. Put these on Facebook. Yeah, but put them on Facebook is the best way to do it. Okay, change the the background photos are blacked out. I am not sure about that at all. What's going on with that? Oh, you're saying can you black out the logo on there? Okay. I don't know why I don't have audio on. I got my speaker stuff is on here, but I don't know why I'm. Yeah, if you can mic up and yeah, because I got the. Yeah, because on that, you're talking about if you upload a custom photo, if that's going to black out the logo. No, this logo here is always going to be on top, in my experience. I'm just talking about if you're adding a logo. If you want to add a logo on your picture, like over here or somewhere else, and then put the picture on the put the picture on Google Drive and add it here, then your logo is going to show up. So you're going to have the EXP logo here, and you're going to have your other logo here. To add a custom logo, will the custom logo be blacked out or faded in the background image? I believe it will. I believe it will be clear. I've seen others that do that, and it's clear because it's going to be on top. You can try it out, and it might be a little fuzzy. It might not be as clear as this, because this would be like a top layer. But like when we look at get rid of this here. We look at Penny's here, because you see her. This is an MLS photo right here. So this one here is clear. And when you look at this one here, this is a stock photo back here, and she's clear up here in the front. So I think this is just the blurry in the background is just because of the way that they just focused on the lady's face here for the photo. And when you look at Penny's listing here, this is a clear photo. So I think this is the fuzzy background here is done on purpose, because they're focusing on the face, not the property in the background. Jump back over here. Yeah, so whatever logo that you have is designed, and add it to your photo, like if you have a photo with this color and add it to your photo back there, it should look just like this. So, but again, this is just my understanding of experience and stuff. So, put the logo on there, pull the photo in here with your custom link and, from Google Drive, take a look at what it looks like. If it looks like crap, don't do it. Pretty straightforward that way. So I'm going to switch over to, get rid of this guy. I'm going to switch over to, where is it? Squeeze pages here. So you select your domain again, click on start building. Making sure I got, okay. So I'm going to go backwards, right? Let me get this drink here. So I'm going to go backwards, right to left. Market reports, I'm just going to cover these. I am personally not a fan of them. I think that we can market better. I had a video about how to not use these for sellers, but the problem with, let me cover how to build these first. So you're going to pick an area, and it's going to be whatever is in your MLS and your service areas down here is what it's going to be. You can choose from. So source, since we're talking mostly about advertising, you may want to track your source. So you can put, whatever Facebook ad code, Facebook ad date, whatever you're going to put in here. I don't run ads. I don't really track where my sources are because it's social media or nothing really. So I don't leave this blank. But for tracing purposes, to see what ads do better than others, you would probably want to add a source in here, and you just type out if a Facebook ad 12, what is it, 16, wherever it's going to be. So there's your source. So if you're starting one today, this is where it comes in here. I like to cannot type today. Green Bay Market. So this is a market report for, actually it was supposed to be Green Lake, that's right. The Green Lake Market is the hashtag. So now we know that all the leads that come in with this Green Lake Market hashtag, they came from the Green Lake Market Report. So once you create that, it's really simple. You're just picking the area, choose a source if you want to track it, choose a hashtag if you want to track it, and then you're going to click on Generate Link, and you're going to get a long link, and you're going to get a short link. I always recommend using the short link. Click on these little, I call them the double squares here. You get a confirmation that it was copied to the. Do not, I'm going to stress this, but I can't stress this enough. Do not leave this page unless you have tested your link and you have saved your link somewhere, because once you move away from this page, this link is gone. You're going to have to go through this stuff over here again, and it's going to be a different link. So it's best to just pop open a new tab and excuse me, drop it in there. And it's going to go through this little rigmarole. Thankfully, I'm already logged in, so it's going to be faster. And this is your market report. Okay. Now, the criticism I have with it, they can sign up to stay. And I believe the standard default is going to be monthly market reports. But here's the issue that I have with using market reports for marketing to buyers and sellers. Give a homeowner this here. They have no idea what this means. Okay, so there's 141 listings, nothing new to market, nothing off market, 519 days on. I know that's completely inaccurate. Average list price is this. I know that is completely inaccurate. But you have the accuracy thing here, and you have, okay, well, what does all this number? Like, what do all these numbers mean? Okay, well, that's where you come in as the expert, and you explain them. You basically decipher what this stuff means. So instead of what I would rather do is get this information for yourself, and then have them over for a monthly market consultation, or call them and, hey, this is because people want to know what the market is doing, how that's going to affect them buying or selling, what you're going to do to them or for them during the current market conditions, and how long is this going to take to get done what they want to have you do for them. Okay, none of this here is explaining that. That's your job. So I think using these, it's going to confuse them. So I don't really like using these a whole lot. But that's how you make them. Seller squeeze page is, so on your home page up here, on your standard Kvcore, it's going to say sell right here. I just changed mine to home value. But this is the page copy that's going to be on the page. And when we make this squeeze page for sellers, I'm going to show you the difference here. So source, again, you can name it what you want. Hashtag for stuff like for seller squeeze page, I don't really do that because you might want to do the area if you do that, but it'll show up when it pulls into Kvcore. So we're going to do Green Bay and click the generate link. You can grab the short link as well on the clipboard and test it in a new tab. So this is the difference here. So this is the generic one off of your home page, and this is the specific one, and this is the difference here. So you've got it saying average price, you've got your location here, and it's going to give you a number. And the psychology behind this we can't change this ad copy here, but the psychology behind this is everybody thinks that their house is worth $10,000 more than the neighbors. You cut the grass, do the dishes, and rotate laundry. You think you just increased your home value 20,000. Okay, we've all dealt with this stuff. So putting a number is going to compel them to use that psychology against them, and they're going to, I'm going to put my address in here and see what it's worth. One thing I want to cover here is I'm just going to grab some random address here. So when the lead uses this, they're going to put in their address. They're going to click Get Estimate. It's going to go through this little rigmarole, and this next step is very important. The lead capture doesn't really happen here for contact information. This is just an address capture. So what you're going to have, and I'll actually do this here. So it's going to give them the option to download the information, have it emailed, or have a link texted to them. And when they click on one of these, it's going to prompt them for contact information. Okay. Now, because I was already logged in, this is already sent to me. When they click on this, if they're not logged in, if they're a new lead, it's going to have a registration pop-up box. And if they click away from that, what's going to happen, I'm going to do here is log out, and then I'll show you. Log out. But what's going to happen is it's going to still capture the address. Now we're not logged in. So yeah, so it's going to capture. So here's the info here, and it's going to let me put something else in there. Put this in. Oh, that's right. I mandated this here. So you put their information in here, and then they're going to see the report. Takes forever on here, unfortunately. But same thing here. Okay. Now, if they don't register, with basically what I have, I call this a bailout registration. So what they're going to do is they're going to put their information in here. Find another one here. And these are valid leads. These are not leads to these are not leads to ignore. I think that's it. Yep. Okay. So they got the address in here, and they're going to say, hey, you know what? I don't want to give you my information. So they're going to back out. And what should happen in the Smart CRM here is it should capture the address that was put in here, because I know this one here did it. Yeah, here's a good example. So this one here, sometimes it'll take a little. So it comes in, it'll create this email here. Okay, 4606 Cootie Lane. Now, what this is still a good lead, because you got to take this address in here. All it is they just didn't want to give you their contact information. So you take this address and put it in a program like RPR, and they will, you'll get their homeowner's address, and you can put that in through Spokio or something similar and look up their contact information. And you have the address too, so you can look the valuation up in RPR and mail it to them, drop it off in person and get them that information. So if you see those leads come in with just an address and no value, no anything else, that's still a lead. You just need to do some follow-up work. So that's the difference with the seller squeeze page for your basic one here, or the one that you create is it's going to be localized essentially to an average price, and it's going to name the area. Otherwise, they're identical to this generic one here. So the single property squeeze page, let me actually stop here and check the chat for questions. Come on. Why is that not popping up here? No idea why. Is it in the background here somewhere? Let's see here. There we go. All right. Test the seller squeeze page, and hang on here. There we go. There we go. Test the seller squeeze page after entering an address in the community that the squeeze page is about. The next page says, sorry, we couldn't generate a value for your home. Not sure what happened there, Paul, with that. I would send a message, use the little chat box down here with Kvcore and send them a message and let them know that didn't work out and have them look at it on their end there. Change the signature block when email option is chosen by a lead. What do you mean by the signature, change the signature block on that? But the single property, we got another chat pop up here. Currently, okay, that's going to be, I'll cover that in a little bit. That's going to be in the profile. That's part of the setup there. The single property squeeze page. So there's a little trick to creating, especially if you have a bunch of these, if you want to promote other agents' pages. So you name a source. If mostly going to be running ads with these. If you want, definitely recommend doing the source. Hashtag this. The one thing with Kvcore that I want to talk about, because we're getting into specific addresses, do not lead a hashtag with a number. So don't make it 123 main. You want to make it main 123. The reason for that is Kvcore thinks that anything with a number is going to be in a hashtag is actually a phone number, and the hashtag stuff gets screwed up. So lead with a letter, not a number in your hashtags. So you basically make your hashtag. And the listing ID, the trick to this is come over here to listings, and you're going to right click, open new tab. You're going to get a clone of your Kvcore here. That's going to open up into your listings. I'm just going to use this here. He's not in the firm, but I'm going to pull this one here. This is the listing ID, and you're going to bring this back over to your other tab, paste that in here, and default property views. So I leave this when I'm just doing this. Hey, I'm just going to post a squeeze page somewhere. I'm going to post the two, leave it at the 2 property views before registration default. But when we're going back to the landing page, like the landing page with the video, we're going to change that to never. Because again, we want them to register on the landing page, not on the squeeze page. And another time that you want to not have registration is if you have this listing here and you can make a squeeze page link and retarget your database. So if you have a listing and you want to, you got a bunch of buyers that are looking in this neighborhood or city for this house at this price range, all that stuff, it fits them. Send a mass email with this squeeze page link. Hey, just check out my new listing. I know this is something similar to what you're looking for. Call me for a showing. You don't want them to, there's no reason for them to register because they're already in your CRM. So you don't want to have them re-register, especially if they register with something with, their a different, email address. Well, now you got two of the same, two leads of the same person in there. So once you got that information in there, again, clicking generate link, grab the short link. We're going to pop it into the new tab to test it out. And this is the single property. This is what they're going to see once they click on the link or when they come through from the landing page. And they, after they register, they're going to see this property information here. Look through the pictures. If they got to walk through all that kind of stuff, they can go take any of these actions, save it, that kind of thing. So let me catch up here with the chat stuff. Let's see some of their follow-up sequences. So some of the campaigns, I'm gonna go through it a little bit here. I just want to cover this last squeeze page. So the multi-property one, I do not do anything in this area here. I make these really quick and simple. So select an area, listing type. I usually do single family and condos. I don't do the price, I don't do square, I don't do any of that. You want these to be these are lead generation, so you want these to be a little more broad in scope, and you don't want these to be too narrow. Some of the narrow ones are fine, but don't get in the habit of using them unless you kind of know what you're doing with them. The options down here, there's a whole list. So you have the just listed, walkable, more walkable, less walkable, fixer-uppers, these kind of things. The three that I like using a lot are the reduced price, the just listed, and the open house. So if you want to do an open house one here, we're just going to select that. And then on the configuration side, again, source, it would do Facebook ad 12, 16, 19. Hashtag for these, they're going to be buyers. There's not really going to be anything special. When the lead comes in, they're going to be tagged in with all this information here that Kvcore is going to put in there. So I really kind of shy away from the hashtag. Hashtag to me is something that is going to be something unique, or something that, like if I'm doing a price range, I'm going to hashtag the price range, things like that. Or if I'm running making a squeeze page of foreclosures for investor leads on a landing page, I may put hashtag investor, things like that. Facebook cover photo. So this is for marketing or advertising compliance in states. I don't have to worry about this in my state. But the first option is basically just use something from the search results, which is the default. And then all these other ones are basically just using different ones from your agency for compliance purposes. So check with your own state. Property views, again, I leave it at default. If you're going to make these for retargeting, definitely make it never registration. Same, I mean, once you make one of each of these squeeze pages, they go pretty quickly. So click on the generate link. You get your short link here. Drop that in your address bar in your new tab. And right now, okay, there's 3 open houses scheduled right now in the MLS in Oshkosh. Okay, that link works. Go ahead and post it somewhere. Let me jump back here for any questions that come up.
Hey, Adam, too, we only have a couple minutes left. We're
Sure.
stop it in the next 4 minutes. So if we have some more stuff we need to talk about, we can do a part 2 or something like that. And
I definitely think that's on order.
Yeah, and then if you want to drop a link to your site and kind of explain what you can help people do as well, that'd be awesome.
Okay, yeah. So right here is my service stuff. Let me put this here in the chat.
And we'll be sending an email to everyone that registered for the webinar. The full recording, we'll be sending Adam's link as well, so you can check him out. And then, we'll do a part 2.
Yeah, it'd be good. Yeah, that's kind of the hard thing is trying to keep this under an hour, and there's so many details and explanations about how
Yeah,
to do it
exactly.
properly that it just, it's kind of a two-part thing. So, but this is my services page on my Kvcore website. So I have a setup package. I do a focus setup. Some, a lot of agents in EXP, they have their own thing. They do setups for other people. That's fine. And there's enough for everybody. This is mine. I basically set up your profile. I set up the default campaigns. I make sure your website settings are proper for navigation and functionality, things like that. And I make sure that when you have your leads come in, your system is ready to rock and roll and it's going to engage them. I do give a sampling of squeeze page links. So I create 3 market reports, 1 seller, 1 single, and just to give you, hey, here's some stuff to start with. And this one here also includes a 90-minute one-on-one follow-up consultation to basically show you how everything works and kind of do a lot of what I just did. And then I have a management service, a 5-hour retainer block, which is basically things that I just kind of went over. You can hire me to basically set everything up. So if you want to, like, if you're setting things up, if you're better at running ads and you just don't have the time to set this kind of stuff up and retarget your database and those things, that's a service I provide to do that. If there's not, if there's nothing that you see here, there's my contact, there's my email, there's my phone number. Let me know what you need and see if I can help you.
Awesome, man. Appreciate it. Well, yeah, we'll send all the information to people. And then yeah, do a part 2.
Yeah, I definitely think that would, because I definitely want to get into smart campaigns, and I think that, honestly, that's the whole smart campaign thing is probably going to last an hour. So I think definitely think that part 2, dive deep into smart campaigns, would definitely be appropriate. So
sweet, man. Well, appreciate your time and hopping on here. You gave a ton of value, so really appreciate it.
But I thank you for having me, and yeah, definitely set a time up for the smart campaign stuff together, and do this again. So
sounds good, man. We will do that. Awesome.
All right.
Thanks everyone for hopping on.
Thanks everyone.
All right, bye.